Hit that like button, guys.
Still you got to choose. Young enough to live for something you can't win. You know there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear. Inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more.
What's up, turtles? Good to see everybody. Make sure you thumb the video up if you're just coming in.
Paradise again.
Queen Nessie, 18 months.
Is giving in. Oh, there's dropping angels everywhere, 'cause the righteous are the ones who disappear.
Fat cat.
Inescapable. Soon you'll be back for more.
Boom! What is up, Turtle Gang? Let me know real quick. Can y'all hear everything okay out there? I have switched up to Streamlabs from StreamYard. So I'm using OBS. So I just want to make sure y'all can hear the music, that y'all can hear me okay. Just give me a thumbs up if everything is good out there. Okay, yes, we're good. Okay, that is absolutely good. So last night, we've been talking a little bit about Brian Kohberger, Summer Wells. We touched on a few different things. Now, already this morning, I'm getting people hitting me up in crazy amounts thinking that Brian Kohberger is actually innocent. I know that sounds crazy, right? I'm going to go over some of that stuff in a little bit. We might even pull up a little video from it that they sent me. But I'm going to be doing a giveaway today, guys, for all my members that are in the chat. So if you're a member here, I'm going to be doing, I guess I'm going to do like a bath set where it comes with the lotion, comes with the body wash, comes with the soap, it comes with the scent roller, and I'm going to give that away to one of you guys here in a little while. We're going to just pick some numbers. I'll write down a number, and I'll let you guys pick, and the first person to guess the number will win them a nice ass bath set. I'll even throw in a couple bath bombs with it, so you just up in there relaxing, chilling like a villain. Good to see you, turtles. I hope y'all have had a great day. Okay, so Brian Kohberger, you know, I touched on it last night, is if this guy was such a, let's say, mastermind in criminology, why would he have left the sheaf at the house? WVA Lunch Lady, thank you for being a member for 2 months. All you guys, for some reason, my widgets are not popping up. Okay, it's supposed to pop up when you have a membership, and if you super chat, it should pop up onto the screen and read your super chat out. That's how it used to do. I haven't used Streamlabs in a good while. I used to use it all the time, and then I was just like, oh no, I'm just going to switch over to StreamYard. But now I got it back here because I was missing super chats, I was missing memberships and things of that nature. So now I have the chat room pulled up really big so I can actually see YouTube instead of StreamYard. I can see my mods, I can see my members, I can see how long you've been a member now. So I kind of like that better because on StreamYard, I'm kind of just out the loop. I don't know when you've been a member, if you just joined. But now when you just join up, it should wave. And when you sub or some shit like that, I can't remember exactly. Let me see. I know when you super chat, Upchurch comes up and goes, I think we got a super chat. I haven't changed it from way back then. Do you guys remember that? When it did that? So then there was other people that copied it, right? And then I stopped using it because you know how these other YouTubers are. They see Dolly do something new, and then they go try and do it, and then they just copy me, and then it looks like everybody's doing the same damn thing, right? But that ain't the case, okay? Missouri Penny, thank you for becoming a member. It should pop up. Let me give it a second. Let me see if the memberships pop up like it should. But it should pop up. I don't know why it's not. None of my widgets are popping up. I'll have to go back and fix that in the settings maybe. But like when you become a member, it should pop up on the screen, and none of the members are popping up on the screen. So that must be something in my settings. I'll have to go in and fix that. Now, there's some weird things that went on in the Brian Kohberger case. We can't say there wasn't. Brian Kohberger, right? Apparently he was around that house a lot. There's some type of connection to one of the girls in the house to Brian Kohberger. We still don't 100% understand that connection yet. What is it? Madison, her dad spoke out and said there was a connection in the very beginning. He just didn't know what the connection was to Kohberger and to the girls in that house. Now, why has Kohberger been over there so many times in the past? Okay. And he was so close that his phone was actually picking up their internet service. So their router and things of that nature. So he was in real close proximity to the house, or if not, at the house. Okay. Multiple times before the killings. Now, we know this is a college house with young girls and a lot of people hanging out there. Now, here's where it gets funny. These people would have parties, and we know this from police body cam video, and they would leave. There'd be just complete strangers in that house on King Road, right? Just complete strangers. The police show up. Young dudes come to the door. They don't even know whose house it is, okay? They don't know. And then they have to call the lady to come home, telling her she's having a party. So there's been tons of people in and out that house without them knowing about it or who's been in the house. Brian Kohberger definitely knew the layout of the house. And I believe he knew who he wanted to kill, okay? Hey guys, is there something new with the chat that YouTube added? Like little hearts? I keep seeing these little hearts flying up in the chat room. Is that new? I've never seen that before on YouTube. The only time I ever seen little hearts moving is on Facebook. Okay? Is that like a like that you liking? Is that something new? It's fairly new. Seen it. Not new. Okay. I've never seen it before. Like I'm seeing little emojis and shit pop. I've never seen that before. But usually I get my chat from StreamYard, and now I can see the YouTube chat. Yeah, I've never seen all these little emoji things before. That's brand new. Yeah, but not super new. Okay. I just haven't been on to the chat in YouTube in quite a while. Like, I don't go to a lot of people's rooms and chat, so I haven't seen that. That's brand new. And Celica Girl has been a member for 18 months. Damn! Have I been doing true crime that long? I thought it's just barely been a year. I didn't know it's been 18 months now. So, Celica Girl, you must have joined when I first started true crime, because 18 months? I thought it's just been a year. No, it's been a year and a half. You're right, because I've been following the Summer Wells case for roughly a year and a half. So, basically, I've been in the true crime on the internet for almost 2 years. Okay, far as being into true crime, I've been into true crime pretty much my whole life. More of like unsolved mysteries, America's Most Wanted. I mean, even as a kid, I was watching America's Most Wanted. I always had that fascination with criminals, the criminal mind, things of that nature. Like Kohberger, I could tell he was a serial killer. It ain't been proven yet, so, I've been calling him a serial killer from the jump, Because when people go back one day and look at these videos, they're going to be like, Dolly knew the deal. I believe he's a serial killer. I believe he led up to these killings at King Road or the Idaho 4 killings. Now, so many more people are starting to believe he's innocent, right? That he's been framed, that he's been set up, and things of that nature. Now, I don't know how they could really set him up, because they could plant the knife sheath, right? Let's just say one of the girls planted the knife sheath, or for some crazy reason, one of these girls are in on it. I know that sounds insane, right? But you know what sounds more insane to me than that is not calling the police for 8 hours. Jan says, can you put up iPhone membership link, please? Yes, give me 1 second. I will get it for you. Okay? Just give me 1 minute. I'll try to grab you the iPhone membership link. I think my mods have it, but I'll go ahead and repost it just to be safe, okay? Give me 1 second. Let me get it for you. Because I got to click on a bunch of shit to get it. Okay, memberships right here. This is the membership link to here, and I'll post it. I forgot I'm on actually on YouTube today. I can actually post links and paste them and everything. Hold on. Hold on. What did I just do? That is the membership link right there I just posted. I'm trying to pin it. Pin message right there. So now the membership link is pinned to the top, guys. That way, if you want to join up, become a member, support Dolly, keep me alive. Okay, let's go to the phone lines. Dolly. Hello.
Hi, this is Chris Owens. I'm watching your stream right now, and I wanted to discuss Richard Allen.
Uh-huh.
I believe he's guilty, but my question would be why, though? Even with all these documents that are out, I still haven't seen any kind of connection between him and the
Klein guy. Okay, I got what you're saying. You haven't seen no connections between Richard Allen and Keegan Klein. I haven't either. And I think it's weird that one person let him out there and somebody completely different killed him. So that is strange to me. But he did confess to his wife multiple times on the phone from a jail call that he is responsible for the deaths of Abby and Libby.
Do you think maybe he could have done it on his own after all?
Yeah, I think he was a psycho. It's strange. It's hard to believe that somebody else has led these kids there and just happened to lead them to where a killer was at. But I think the world is so crazy. There's a lot of killers out there, and the possibility is that, yeah, one person let him out there not knowing somebody else tried to kill him. But another thing it don't explain that, is after the whole Anthony Shots thing, okay, there was another young lady that was talking to Anthony Shots on the internet. That young lady was getting off a school bus, and when she was getting off the school bus, she seen a man with a ski mask on peeping into her window. So
was it Richard Allen or Keegan Klein?
It had to be Keegan Klein, because Richard Allen, how would he have knew this girl? Because Richard Allen was never Anthony Shots.
Very true. So, do you think Allen could have done all of these things completely on his own, though?
No. Because it's proven that some of it is Keegan Klein. So if some of it's Keegan, how did this guy know that they were going to be at the trains? There has to be some type of connection between the two of them.
Keegan Klein was posing as Anthony Schatz, he might have told Alan that Libby was going to be there.
That's what I'm thinking. But we got to find, I guess they got to find that connection from them too, because I do believe the same thing, that somebody's conspired with Richard Allen to take the lives of these little girls.
But another thing is, like I said, though, I still don't see any connection between them.
I don't either, not yet. That's up to the FBI and the police to see if they can tie them together.
So how would Alan and Keegan Klein even know each other? Keegan Klein is so much younger than Alan anyway.
Well, maybe he knows them through one of these random dummy accounts that he had. Maybe he's came across them in passing, or maybe there's like some of these crazy people in this world, they use symbols and things to know how to connect. You know, like the big P word, them people know how to connect with each other. People that share inappropriate images of small people, that's all I'm going to say. They know how to connect with each other. So maybe they have some way they know each other's into that thing. You know what I'm saying?
I just thought of something else. Maybe Keegan Klein and Richard Allen were also part of some kind of online child trafficking ring together.
Possibly. Or even darker than that. Something in the dark web where they're into hurting kids. You know? So it could be something like that.
And if still, maybe that's how they know each other. And Libby was one of their online victims. But my question is still, why would they want her killed, though?
Because people are crazy and they get pleasure out of hurting people. You know, sick as that sounds, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. People get pleasure out of hurting other people. And
maybe Libby found out about them and was going to tell, or maybe she refused to be friends with either one of them anymore, and they decided they wanted her dead or something. I don't know.
I think Libby just had a crush like any normal little young girl that sees a pretty guy and has a crush, you know, and she just wanted to hang out and meet him, and that cost her life, you know, and that's sad that there's predators out here like that, because back in the day, predators had to find your kids. Now predators can come right into your house right through the internet. So... But hey, look. Go ahead.
I'm just wondering why they would decide that they want Libby dead, though.
I think Richard Allen is a sexual predator. Most killers is a sexual gratification thing for him. It's, you know what I'm saying? Now, we still don't know what was done to these girls there. We do know they died from being stabbed to death with a sharp pointed object. I always thought they were shot because I thought the guy had a gun in his jacket. But come to find out, they were stabbed to death. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling.
But I also saw in the affidavit that one of their underwear was stolen. Could that mean they were raped?
I mean, that leads to a possibility that, yes, they were possibly sexually assaulted. They haven't said that yet, but I mean, it kind of leads to a sexual assault. It sounds like, anyway.
If Libby was the target, I assume they killed Libby too, because she was a witness and collateral damage.
Well, yeah, I mean, the phone that videotaped it was found underneath Libby. Okay, the iPhone 6S is what videotaped it, and that was found underneath her. And yeah, clothing was taken from them. So I don't know. They searched his house. Now I haven't heard anything of them finding any of the clothing that was taken. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling. You have a good one.
Oh, well, I wasn't done yet. If you wouldn't mind. Okay,
what do you got?
Do you think Richard Allen could also be involved somehow be involved with Libby's granddad? Because Libby's granddad was like a drug dealer, wasn't he?
I'm not positive, but no, I don't think there's no connection to Richard Allen in the family of Libby.
Oh, you don't?
Nah, I mean, there's probably a connection with Keegan and him, possibly, but definitely not the family. But look, I got to let you go, my man. You have a good one. I got other calls coming in.
All right, no problem. Thanks.
All right,
Bye.
peace. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Hey, it's Val from Seattle.
What's up, Val?
Oh, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, I ain't really been out too much. I slept most of the day, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I do that a lot, too. I'm a lounger.
Okay. That sounds good.
So, what are we talking about exactly?
Well, I was talking about Brian Kohberger, and I was about to go with Jen. Not sure how to do membership either. Have followed link, but nothing there to allow me to sub up. Okay, somebody walk Jen through that. And I don't know why my stuff is not popping up on the screen.
That. I'm having trouble trying to do a membership again because I have an iPhone.
Oh, I don't know what's going on, guys. Here, I can post a link again. This is the link right here.
Okay, I'll definitely, as soon as I get off the phone here, I'll do that.
Yeah, I just posted the link up. But I was talking about Kohberger. I was touching in a little bit on the summer wells. I was about to before the guy called. I wasn't finished kind of in my intro. I didn't realize the phones were even open. So I wasn't done talking about what I was going to talk about, and then I was going to open the phone lines. So I got through the Brian Kohberger stuff a little bit, but I didn't really get into the summer wells and the other stuff because he wanted to talk the Richard Allen stuff. And to me, there's a lot to that because, you know, he had a little bit of a stuttering thing, but he's right. What's the odds of this? One person leads you out there and another person kills you and they're not connected.
Right.
You know, I mean, the odds of that would have to be like crazy, but I think somehow them people are connected. They're definitely connected some way or somehow. There's just no way that one person led them to that trestle to somewhere a killer was at. Or does the killer just hang in the woods? Right. Or the killer's just hang in the woods.
You are right. Right.
Maybe. I don't know. I just don't know what the connection is.
I mean, I believe in you, and I think you are a great guy. And I think you are for truth and spirit and love as just everything that is good. And you're just trying to help people. And I appreciate you, and I love you very much.
Oh, thank you so much. That's awesome. Let me go. My whole setup is I switched over to this today right here to Streamlabs. So when people super chat it and they join, it would pop up on the screen. And it's not doing it. It's driving me crazy. So,
yeah.
But I appreciate all the love, you know. I just try to do my best. I just come up here and tell it how I see it.
Yeah, I'd like to be able to, like, be on the phone and then show me as a person so you could see my face and stuff and everything just as a person because I love you so much.
Oh, I love you guys too. Well, you know, I do the StreamYard, so make sure you come by one night during the StreamYards and come up and join us and chop it up.
Yeah. I mean, I just want to let you know I don't love you. I love you as a person.
I know what you're saying.
And I have children, and I'm 63 years old. So.
I understand what you're saying. I know you're not in love with me. There's totally different.
Okay, good.
I love all you guys, too. I'm not in love with all you guys, but I love all you guys. I understand what you're saying.
Thank you so much, Dolly.
You be good.
All right, bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.
I feel the love, guys. I feel it. Okay, I feel the love deep down in my crusty ass old heart. Okay, I get it. I love all you guys too. I appreciate all the time you guys spend with me, and I'm sure y'all appreciate all the time I spend with you guys. We're all into the same type of stuff. Murders and executions, okay? It sounds a little bit like American Psycho, but hey, it is what it is. You know, it's kind of strange when people are like, hey, what are you into? Killings? Murders? What are you into? You know? It makes you instantly sound like a psycho, okay? And hey, what's your hobbies? Reading serial killer books. You know? You might be a killer. And I'm not. I am like the nicest guy in the world, but that's what interests me. I don't know why. You know? Violence in this world has always got my attention. No matter what type of violence it is. From fighting to people slapping each other, to people stabbing each other, to people killing each other. I think my biggest thing is in far as serial killers and killers in general is people's minds is what I'm more interested in. I'm more interested in what is the point that you snap? You know? Why can a perfectly normal person one day flip out and murder his whole family? Okay, in the middle of the night, just wake up, grab a gun, and shoot everybody. What point do you just flip and lose your wig and become a serial killer? A Brian Kohberger, right? Or a Ted Bundy, a John Wayne Gacy, Son of Sam, the damn Night Star. I mean, the list could go on and on and on. But at what point do you go from normal person to psycho fucking killer? I don't think it's something like this. And that's why I believe that Brian Kohberger is a serial killer. Like I was saying in the beginning, but I couldn't get through it because the dude called. But a lot of people are really believing this guy's innocent and that the police are setting him up. My thing is, I think he's so smart as far as criminology, which he seems intelligent. He's a weirdo, okay? Sometimes them weirdos are the smartest ones, right? And believe it or not, serial killers, they have above average intelligence, usually, okay? The average serial killer is smarter than you because they think they can get away with it. And for the most part, for the longest time, they do. So they do have some, they're not usually serial killers, ain't the old big dumb like the hills have eyes. No, it's your BTKs and, you know, like a cop, a damn somebody that's in charge of stuff and they're just crazy on the side. You know what I'm saying? It's the dude that's married, has 3 kids, goes to church every Sunday. He's the captain of the baseball team. When the lights go out, he slips out and kills 10 people. It always is those people. It's the people that nobody would expect. Because if people thought you was a killer, they'd tell on you. He's the killer. It's always somebody that you wouldn't think would chop you up. It's the person chopping you up. And how do you lose your mind? Just like that, you know? I've never understood, like, I know this is just a true crime general talk, but like Chris Watts, you know, he's in love with somebody else. So his solution is, let me kill my wife and kids so I can go be with this other person. Did like prison never not cross his mind that, hey, dude, when you get caught for murdering your wife and kids, you're going to prison for the rest of your life. You're not going to be with anybody but a dude named Bubba. Okay? Did that ever go through this dude's mind when he was making horrible, terrible decisions, right? Like, in what, like I tell people, like I was telling people last night, I believe Brian Kohberger, right, killed these girls in his mind 1,000 times. He probably fantasized about this so much until he had to act on it, okay? Until he had to act. The fantasies wasn't enough anymore, and he had to really experience these things. And if you look back at Kohberger from the time he was 16 years old with the statements that he was making on the internet, he was a troubled person way back then. And I believe his family knew. I believe his sister knew. I believe when his father went out there It was to help him cover up for his son, just like we seen in the Brian Laundrie situation. It was just parents helping their kid. Now look, in this world, it's hard not to help your kid. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't. Everybody knows that. Your kid murders somebody, you shouldn't help them. But I guarantee you, most people in here would. You know, let's don't lie. Let's be honest. You would probably help your kid. You know, I don't know the extent that I would help my kid. I know I'd help her financially. You know, I would have to. It's my kid. You know, I'd be like, man, you shouldn't have did that. You shouldn't have murdered 50 people. But you know, here's what I can do. I don't know if I'd hide you out or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Or fly across the country, try to bury a body like Brian Laundrie's mama was talking about doing. You know? But if you are doing things like this, you should be held responsible. Even if I was to do it for my child, I wouldn't know if I helped my child. I'm going to go to jail for a little bit. You know, I'm about to do some time for this one. But you weigh out the options. Parents should know that. Like, you shouldn't be. The reason Brian Laundrie acted the way he did is because the way his parents acted. Okay? In his mind, he thought it was okay to kill this girl. And it's not. Because his parents probably sat around and talk about how they would kill each other or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, he probably lived in an environment where violence or fighting was a normal thing. Or, listen, I guarantee you this. If he's over there beating on Gabby, all right, and I ain't talking about Gabby in a while. Hold on, caller. You can believe that Brian Laundrie's dad is beating on his mom. Where do you think he got that from? That's learned behavior, okay? That is some learned behavior. That is shit he's seen in his house growing up. Probably his dad beating on his mom. And so when he got in a relationship, he thought beating on a woman was the normal thing to do. I can almost guarantee you that. And he acted the same way he's seen growing up. And probably worse because, you know, he took Gabby's life. Brian Laundrie's mom is still alive. But I can guarantee you, there's some effed up stuff that goes on in that house. And if them walls could talk, they created a monster. Okay? They created a monster. Just like in Georgia. I'm all over the place today. Just like with damn Billy Joe Howe. Billy Joe Howe created two monsters. Okay? But it can show you right there that the environment, your upbringing, can create this. These crazy people that we see throwing their babies in the dumpster. These people have been created by the situations they were raised in. So, I don't feel sorry for people. I believe that you should break the chain. You should break the cycle. Be the one to get away from it. Be the one to get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Not to be the one to constantly repeat it, right? Leilani's brother was a killer. They dragged somebody in the woods, robbed him, shot him, killed him. Leilani, there was a baby in a damn dumpster. Okay? No remorse. Don't care. Justice for baby Quentin, right? Crazy. Psycho killers, man. Psycho killers. That's all I got to say. Okay, callers. The phone line's now open. I wanted to get that out because I was in the middle of one of them good-ass Dolly rants, and I just wanted to... And don't get me into Summer Wells today, man. Don and Candace, well, not Candace, but Don has... Everybody's been saying Don and Candace, but Candace ain't on probation. The probation officer can't order Candace to do shit. Okay? Don, they can. Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
Hello.
It's Dawn Turtle.
It's who?
How are you?
You're breaking up a little bit. Who is it?
It's the Crackling Turtle, of course.
The Crackling Turtle?
Yes.
Hello, Crackling Turtle.
How are you?
I'm doing good. So far, so good.
I have a theory, and I don't know that I've ever heard it, and I don't know if I don't know. With the Brown Laundrie letter, everybody's saying that it was done either before he went on this trip, or he was, after whatever. But I think personally, when he left Utah and he left her there and came back to move the stuff from storage or whatever, I think that's when the letter was given to him. Because I think he came back and told his mom how many problems they were having and all that, and how he just almost lost it with her, and he had been almost arrested because of the, incident that was caught on camera. And I think that's when she wrote the letter.
Well, they should have arrested both of them that day because both of them had marks. He was saying that, they put their hands on each other. They should have both went to jail. I think if they would have both went to jail, I think Gabby would be alive right now.
I do too. I think they both should have gone to jail. They both had put their hands on each other. I understand one was in defense, but I think that little bit of time away from each other, it would have guaranteed their time away from each other, and as well as
calm things down. And not only that, let me tell you this. If my daughter was off somewhere with a dude and that dude done put her hands on her, I guarantee you this. I'd be on the first fucking plane to go get my daughter from Utah, Moab, wherever the hell she's at. I guarantee I'd be there. That's the next morning I'd be landing on a plane, getting my daughter out of jail and bringing my daughter home.
Exactly. And I think her parents would have been the same way.
I think
both
so
her
too.
dad,
I think her dad would have been
her
too.
mom. Everybody would have been on planes to go get her and whatever she needed. And I think he emotionally abused her to a point where she couldn't drive, supposedly, and she had just been beaten down to, you can't do anything without me type situation when it was all her.
Yeah.
And it's a sad thing that she felt like she needed him in a way. But, yeah, it's just,
he was a coward. That's why he did what he did. He didn't want to face the consequences for it. But, but he just did the world a favor. That's where he needed to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? He needed to be fed to an alligator.
He never was held accountable for anything with his family. I think he could do no wrong. Kind of like almost every other person in this, true crime thing. I don't think people are held accountable in their lives, and they feel like they can do whatever. But
some of them, for sure.
A lot of them, especially the Alexei, the one the teenager, the 19-year-old that had the baby in the hospital.
Oh my God, that threw the baby in the trash.
Yeah. What the heck? Her parents say that's a lie. That is a total lie.
The baby, I hear, that it's just, I'm a man. I don't really know. Okay. That, when women are pregnant, their hormones and it messes with their mind and different things. And some of these young people going through this, I don't know. I'm a dude. I don't know all the hormone things that go on with women and being pregnant. And I've always heard that women act a little crazy after giving birth. I've always heard that. I mean, I don't know why, but just one of those
things. You have a definite hormone change. And I'm going to be honest, a 7-pound baby is not anything to sneeze at. You're going to hurt. And I don't understand how in the world she made, this is her first child, according to everybody. So that's a long labor usually, and that's a hard labor, without any drugs, without anything. And it's just crazy. And her
How
parents...
can you just give birth? I'm a man. It just seems crazy to me that you could push a baby out with nobody there, cut the umbilical cord, sling the damn baby in the trash, and go sit down like nothing happened. I cut my finger. If I get a little cut, I'm faint. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how women could do that.
She had a full-term baby. It's not like a preemie. It wasn't a preemie, where it's easily split out or whatever. That's just not the case. And
Yeah,
it amazes me that could happen. And in a hospital where she could have just said, hey, I just had a baby. I don't know what to do. Even if she had just talked to a nurse.
And the thing is, she wasn't a big girl. How do you hide a baby if you ain't? If you're a big girl and you're pregnant, maybe nobody notices because you're a heavier set woman. But if you're not a heavier set woman, how the hell do you hide a 9-month baby?
There are
big women, they're big as shit at 9 months.
There are pictures of her cheering, and she looks way pregnant, way pregnant. there are pictures of her holding her stomach. She looks pregnant. That's not 15 pounds of extra weight. That is a baby. And she knew it, and her mom knew it too. I'm telling you, her mom knew it. She was just the golden child of that family, in my opinion. Could do no wrong, did not have any consequences. The mom, even after the baby was born, had no regards for the child whatsoever. The only thing she asked was how far along was she, basically. And when they said full term, she was like, oh my gosh, like she was shocked, but she wasn't. They didn't. I mean, just the cam footage of the cop talking to her, talking about the baby once they're done with the autopsy. She could care less about that child. She was just like, well, I'm taking her home. I'm going to keep her home for a week. It is ridiculous. It is just the blatant.
Do you think she suffers some type of mental illness?
I think her mom does. I think the grandmother might have a little bit of narcissistic.
I mean,
I don't think the girl does.
Sometimes, though, mental illness is, in some families it's rampant. Like if one person's crazy, the other one's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So
like
maybe she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs too. I think it takes a lot to throw. You got to be a little crazy to throw your baby in the dumpster. What about that lady in Texas that would walk straight up to the dumpster, whip through the bag in the dumpster like it wasn't shit? I mean, just threw it in there. And then the homeless people were digging through the trash and found the baby, and it was alive. Y'all see that all the time?
Alive, and it was cold.
And they let that girl out of jail with an ankle monitor. She walked up and threw her baby in the trash like it was a fucking, like threw it.
Yeah. I can't understand it. My daughter was pregnant at 15. Like, immediately when she told me she was pregnant, like, we got prenatal care. We did everything. Well, not that my daughter was perfect. She wasn't. Neither was I. I had a baby young. I was 19. But, like, I don't understand the mentality of a mom knowing your child is pregnant. Because there's no way she went around not knowing that child was pregnant.
I don't think so either.
Anyway, I think the mom knew. They didn't want anything to do with it. She wanted to just live her. The mom went and got her prom dress. She went to prom. She didn't have an ankle monitor. She went and visited Texas with her dad. Like, there's no consequences whatsoever for this girl yet. Like, she is. It blows my mind. Like, blows my mind. Like, I can't understand it. I really just cannot understand the mentality. I know jails are overcrowded, and I know a lot of things, but when it comes to a child, I don't care how overcrowded it is. Let the people selling weed out, and let these people that are killing their children in there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry.
And
that is just ridiculous.
And the thing is I would say, you got to punish them to the fullest, because there's opportunities for them to give these babies up willingly and face no punishment. There's these safe havens. You can go to the fire department, you can go to a hospital, and you can give them the baby, and you can leave, and they can't charge you for abandonment or nothing like that. They'll find that baby a home, and you won't get in no damn trouble, and mothers still kill their babies.
She was in a hospital.
That's what I'm saying.
She was in a hospital. And I'm gonna be honest, too. I could understand almost if it was a like 13, 14, 15-year-old child that was scared. I can understand that. This girl was 19. She was a whole ass adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And her mom is still there making decisions for her. No. No.
Yeah.
Not cool at all.
Yeah.
Like,
you got to be grown at some point. You got to take responsibility.
You're going to have to be grown in prison. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Mama can't hold her hand.
How long do you think they'll give her in prison? Do you think they'll give her life in prison?
No. They'll give her 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
I feel like they'll give her 10 or 15 years.
Maybe
20 if they have the right jury. I don't think she'll get life at all.
I mean, if you ain't going to keep that lady forever, she needs some type of mental counseling.
And honestly, it's her first offense, and she has a good enough lawyer. She could get out with probation. Honestly, I feel like if she could prove that her family is
crazy,
yeah, She's
she
dealt
would
with
have
it.
to play the crazy, something
And she'll
with
do it.
pregnancy, messing with the chemical balance in her mind or something. I mean, lawyers will spin it some way, I know, but still, it is what it is. This girl has killed her baby.
The family will fall on the sword for her. That's what'll happen. For me, looking at the situation, the mom will do whatever it takes to get her off on this. So if it takes her mom saying, like, yeah, I was abusive, or yeah, I was it, I feel like she would do it, honestly. And I feel like she'll get off and she'll get probation. Or maybe like a 5-year sentence, and then she'll do 2 years and then get out.
They gotta stop letting these baby killers out right now. Corey Bigsby, he's down the street from me, free as hell, killed his son. Everybody in the state knows he killed his son. He ain't even got court for like 6-7 months.
Right.
You know? So,
I
think it's like 4 months.
I'm echoing again. I'm crackling. It's my phone. It takes $2.
Okay, well, you have a good one.
I love y'all, but I'm going to let y'all go so it doesn't echo.
All right, peace.
I will let y'all go. Thank you. Bye.
All right. All right, so there you have it. Bad echo, bad echo. Is it still echoing now, or was it just a phone call? Okay, because it shouldn't be echoing now. Dolly.
Hey Jimmy, it's Gator. I emailed you a picture of the hospital bathroom baby killer of her shearing, and I want you to tell me she's not pregnant in that picture. She looks a good month pregnant.
She looked a good month pregnant, or really pregnant?
Like, yeah, really, really pregnant. There's no way that her mom and her did not know. If you look at that picture,
Did you email it to me?
Yeah, I did email it.
Okay, give me 1 second.
I don't know if it's under Christy or Gator. I forgot which one I sent it under.
Let's see. I haven't got it yet.
Okay, I'll try to resend it.
Okay.
But each second I sent you the picture. She's definitely pregnant.
Okay. I believe it.
All right.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Okay, I'm sorry for the echo, y'all. Crackling turtle. Bad echo. Still? Everything's echoing? Like all the phone calls are echoing? PJ, but stop. Bad echo is not telling me. You got to tell me what's echoing. Explain it. Just bad echo. Don't tell me what's echoing. If it's the phone call echoing. Am I echoing? What's echoing? You sound fine. Still, yeah. Last two, only reverb. Reboot the program. I can't reboot the program when I'm in the middle of streaming from it. Incoming phone calls are echoing. Just the callers, not you. Incoming calls is just the callers. The callers echo. Maybe I got them on. I don't know why they're echoing though. Let me see. They must be coming through two things. The next time somebody calls, I'll try to see if I can fix the echo. The phone calls echo. Okay. All right, guys. You remember I just switched up to give me a second. Dolly.
Jimmy son, Kohberger. Am I echoing?
Hold on. Keep talking.
All right.
I'm gonna try to fix you.
All right. Well, so how are you, my friend?
Why? It sounds like you're coming through my mic too. Is why it's echoing. I wonder why that is.
Well, I know the last 3 calls in a row. Yeah, it was heavy echo. It's kind of cool, but after a while, it would be a little annoying.
All right, hold on. Let me try something because it's my.
All right.
Like when you talk, you're coming through my mic.
Ah.
I don't know why that is.
That's not feedback.
Hold on.
That's something else in the. Yeah, something else in the program.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now. Default chat mic. Let me try that. Talk now.
You'll find it. You're good at that.
I got it. I think that just did it.
You got it. What I said. I knew it, brother.
I think I got it. I'm not positive. Is there still an echo, guys?
I don't hear it.
Okay, well, maybe I got it.
I think you got it.
All right, let's see. Fixed. Okay, I got it. Damn, bam! That's all it was. You were coming through.
I knew you'd get it.
You were coming through my mic also, so when it was, that's why it was doubling up.
Yeah. It's all good, man.
All right,
Hey, brother, have you ever heard about this case of this girl? This was recent, just like last month. They started talking about this case again. This Jennifer Shewitt. Have you heard about her?
Not right off. Fill me in.
Okay, so this girl, she was 8 years old, and she was abducted by a stranger from her bed.
Oh.
And then she recalled the vital details that helped her solve her own case, brother. And it says, Jennifer Shewitt refused to be silent after surviving a brutal kidnapping and attack.
Wow.
All right, trigger, audience, trigger warning. In the summer of 1990, Jennifer Shewitt experienced a real-life nightmare when she was kidnapped from her bed and SA and left for, you know the word.
Yep.
But through perseverance and determination and sheer resilience to survive, now she's using her voice to help other women and girls speak out against their own attackers. Incredible.
Wow.
That summer, Shewitt was 8 years old. She was scared of the dark and didn't like sleeping alone, so she usually slept with her mother. However, that August night, Jennifer was restless, so her mom asked her to go sleep in her own bed because she had to work early in the morning. The next morning, Ellen couldn't find Jennifer anywhere. The window to her bedroom, which led out to the parking lot, was open. Someone had taken her from her bed while she was sleeping. She called the police immediately, but no one could find the little girl.
Uh-huh.
Later that day, some kids playing in a field discovered Jennifer's body. Her assailant had, he took a knife to her throat. I don't want to go into what it says there. And it says from ear to ear. But she miraculously, somehow, he failed to hit any major arteries. And then she was taken to the hospital and survived. However, her injuries at the time weren't allowing her to talk. She lost that ability. So she was writing all the information down to the police officers.
Gotcha.
But they got this guy. They got him on film. They get him in the interrogation room. And he's saying, nope, I don't know her. I didn't have anything to do with it. And then the investigator, he says, and the interrogator, he says, well, we have Jennifer, and he breaks down and he starts crying and he goes, she's alive? Because he thought, right?
He killed her.
So anyway, he did the system a favor. They found him not too many years later.
The banana peel?
Taking himself out.
The banana
with,
peel.
I think bed sheets off the bed rail or something in his cell. But
yeah,
amazing
the
that she
banana
was
pills will
able
get
to-
you every now and then.
Yeah, I hadn't heard of the Jew. I bet you somebody in the chat has probably heard of. I just thought it was cool that she was able to solve her own,
Yeah.
crime. Especially at 8.
Yeah, and like, was that the first time that guy had ever did anything like that?
No, I'm thinking that if I recall right, there was, they never were able to attach any other cases, but there were other cases. But she's doing well today, she's married and lives somewhat of a normal life, but unfortunately because of the SA, she's no longer able to have children. So he messed her up down there,
Oh, yeah. Oh, man.
So that's
well, I mean,
a tragedy of it all. But she survived and alive, and she goes all over the world now and speaks to women and how about her story and
yeah.
to women who have been abused. So I think out of the tragedy springs something that
And the one night she just happens not to sleep with her mom too, and then something bad like that happens. I bet you she don't like to sleep. I bet you still don't like sleeping alone, and then in the dark. I wouldn't.
Stuff like that does make some people, even myself, I'm solid with it, but I could see how some people could lose their faith in this world over stuff like that. But the fact that she was able to get her back, but as we know, right, so many others. We don't know where they're at. We don't know if they're still breathing or not for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, to a point, a little bit of just common sense would tell you, you know, where are they? You know? So, what is it? Do you remember how long the FBI says it is now, Jimmy-san? If a child goes missing, how many hours or how many days is it before they start kind of losing hope? You remember that statistic?
I would think the first 24 hours.
I think it's more than that. I think it's 72 or something like that. Or well, maybe I think it's it's like a graphic chart I read once long ago about, you know, as the time goes by, the odds of in favor of alive versus, you know, the other, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, well, enough of that and my end on any kind of true crime. What do we know about anything else that you can enlighten me that I haven't heard? I've been kind of out of touch.
Let's see. What was I touching in on? Oh, a lot of the coming out about what's going on in the Delphi stuff with the Richard Allen guy. You know.
Yeah. And what's the cut of your jib on that, brother?
Man, I'm so confused by it. I'm a little lost in it because I was so set on this being Keegan Kline that it's like it's baffling my head how Keegan had so much to do with this, but somebody he's not connected with killed these girls.
Yeah.
You see, it's like everybody's fucking crazy and everybody's a killer. It's what it seems like.
I'll tell you something I learned between me and you and the fence post and a lot of other folks in the audience was the case out there, you know, in Truckee, California, where even I was kind of, but I'm not saying this is an excuse, but my count, I'll get back to what you were saying, but I tied into in all cases. Well, I guess where I'm going with this is that I kind of got fooled too, but I was listening to what the authorities were saying. You know, hey, you know, all these people were there, and there was people that were like from other places that they didn't know, and it could be this, and you know, she's probably been taken off, and you even said, well, she could have been taken in a garage somewhere, and you know, whatever, and they got rid of the legal. So, but then we all started waking up to the truth that it's not always what we think. Sometimes it is it's the simplest thing, right? All along, she was right there.
Yeah.
And what was it in the end? It was a tragedy. She was hammered. She got off the road and she freaked out and she drowned, you know? I mean, it was more than that to it, but as far as I can tell, right?
Yeah,
that's what happened.
This should be like for teenagers. I hope teenagers learn something from that. They got to stick together. No
Are you
man
kidding
left
me?
behind.
No. Remember being young and stupid? Oh, come on, dude. That's why I went into the Army. I thought I was invincible till I wasn't anymore.
Yeah.
But that shit hurts. You know, this isn't as romantic as I fucking thought. Oh, sorry.
You good.
This wasn't as romantic as I effing thought.
Yeah.
You know, war's not romantic. You know,
this ain't
that's
nothing
only
like
in Hollywood.
This ain't nothing like Officer and a Gentleman.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. But it was a wake-up call. You know, it was a wake-up call. And of course, it's fun with people and meeting people and going places you never thought you'd see, because that's what you learn from. You know, wow, everybody really isn't that different. What they look like and eat and talk like and that kind of stuff and culture is. But right down to the end, right? They love their kids, right? They just want to be left alone. They don't want no war or, you know, they want to really get political or any of that. They just want to live their life. So that's the common bond we all have. Remember that, you know? Well, okay, there's other people anxious to get on. Remember, folks, if you haven't gone over there and got that great merch from the Dolly store, what the heck's wrong with you? And you know what? The best soap on the planet, in my opinion, is Dolly soap. And I know that the mods right now are going to be posting that if they haven't already. So please, if you haven't, get over there. Remember, Dolly Vision really enjoys your membership, your viewership. And don't forget, we love to hear you call in and tell us what you think about just about anything or topic that Jimmy's willing to talk about. All right, folks, don't forget, tell somebody you love them. I'll see you on the next show. Thank you, Jimmy-san. Peace, brother.
All right. Cobra Kai in the house. I ain't heard from Johnny in a bit. Yeah, look, there's psychos out there. Everybody's a killer, you know, and like I said, hold on. Let me answer this call and I'll get back into the whole Richard Allen thing. Dolly.
Jimmy, it's Stone Gator again. After your caller called about if Richard and Klein knew each other, I Googled it, and it says they deny knowing each other, but they both are from two small towns next to each other, where it's kind of like Cheers, everybody knows your name. So that could be how they are linked together. That's the only thing the article said. And also, did you hear about the man in northern Idaho that killed his neighbors, a couple, a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old?
When, today?
No, this was like a week or so ago. Only like 2 weeks ago at the max.
I don't think so.
The 18-year-old was in front of in front of the window, doing his thing in front of the open window. And the person that killed them, their kids saw it. Their minor kids saw him masturbating in the window. And so they called the cops, and the cops didn't charge the guy fast enough for them. So he just went next door and shot them all up.
Okay. He shot and killed the neighbor and his family?
Yep. He killed the mom and dad with one bullet. He killed the 16-year-old with one bullet, and he shot the 18-year-old multiple times.
Well, then, yeah, he should rot his ass. If he would have just probably shot the one dude, I'd be like, okay, that they battled that in court. You shoot the rest of the family for something one person does? You're a murderer at that point.
The mom was first. I guess she walked out first, and then the dad, and he got killed. They both were killed outside the house. And then the 16-year-old and the 18-year-old were in the house.
Wow, so the dude got his whole family killed because he was sicko.
Yep.
Wow,
Yep.
That is horrible, but at the same time, you can't kill the whole family. You know what I'm saying?
You can't.
I can't say you can even kill him. You should.
Yeah.
The thing is, you need to call the police, let the police handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they did. But the police didn't act fast enough.
You can't go kill somebody because of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If there's no threat to your life, that is disgusting and that is sick. And yes, he needs to be in prison for that shit. But he is death the sentence for that? You know what I'm saying? And who are you to determine?
That's what I want to tell you. That's what I want to tell you. Idaho, right? They given Chad and they tried giving Lori the death penalty. Brian's they going after Brian with the death penalty. They are not going after this guy with the death penalty. Don't ask me why. It just came out in the court papers that
he could have snapped also. I mean, you got to think of what that man did is he basically sexually assaulted that person's kids. Doing that in front of the kids, that's a form of sexual assault. And he snapped. I mean, I get that, but when you got to explain why I can understand you snapped and killed the guy that sexually assaulted your kids or did what he did in front of the kids.
True.
But to kill the family, dude, you deserve the death penalty at that point.
Right, but they're not doing it. They're just going for life without parole.
Well, he definitely needs life without parole. That's too much to kill the man's mama and daddy. I mean, you try to raise the best kid you possibly can, but you really can't control 100 what your kids do.
Yeah.
How old was the son? You say he was 19?
The kid, the one that did it was 18. Then he had a 16-year-old brother, and then the mom and dad.
Wow. He done got his little brother killed because he's a sicko and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, two wrongs in this world don't make a right.
Nope.
Did you hear about Cain Velasquez, the UFC fighter? He took his kid to a daycare, and the daycare lady, her son, did something to Cain's kid, and they went and put the dude in jail, and he bonded out. Cain Velasquez was the heavyweight champion of the UFC a while back. He got a gun.
He killed him.
No, he didn't kill him. He chased him down in a high-speed car chase and was shooting at him, and he shot the guy's stepdaddy. Okay, he didn't kill him. He shot him in the shoulder or the arm or something. He was trying to kill the guy, but he didn't. He shot his stepdaddy. They locked him up for attempted murder. They had him on, no bond. He just recently got a bond. He's out of jail right now. But he had, millionaires supporting him because, the president of UFC, different fighters and things like that. But basically, he took his kid to a daycare, and his kid was sexually assaulted, and he snapped, and he shot the stepdaddy of the dude that did it, trying to shoot. He was trying to shoot the dude, but shot his stepdaddy.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's crazy.
he's still facing attempted murder charges. He still
what
has to
was
go
his
to court.
bond?
I think it was in the millions, but at first he had no
wow.
bond. And then as soon as he got a bond, he got out. I mean, he has money, and plus he has a lot of friends that have money because he's the former
Yeah.
heavyweight champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody is so against what the police did by giving this man a bond that they support Kane in the act. And everybody knows it's wrong what he done. It's wrong, man. You shouldn't have tried to kill that guy. You ain't the police. But one, he ain't from this country. In his country, he could get away with killing your ass with something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just
But
in
how long has he been here?
He's been
Does
here
he
long
not
enough.
live here?
No, he's been here long enough. He should know better. But
Okay.
still, I'm just saying, you know, in his defense, we know these things are wrong. You shouldn't do it. He didn't kill the guy. You know what I'm saying? He does have to pay for what he did. Some type of punishment for shooting the wrong person, of course.
So do you think attempted murder's too much?
Yes.
What do you think it should be? Like manslaughter or something like
He
not
didn't kill
manslaughter,
nobody,
He didn't
just-
kill anybody.
You
Never
know,
mind yet.
Of course, it's going to be some type of aggravated assault charge, but what level?
With a firearm.
Yeah, with a firearm. But what level of aggravated assault, and how long do you give him? Do you give him probation? He's not a criminal. He snapped. We get into this weird snapping thing, and some people snap. It's like if you walked in and your husband or wife was cheating and you killed the person that they were cheating with. They don't tend to give you the death penalty for that. And they don't tend to give you the rest of your life in prison sometimes for that. Because in the heat of the moment, you lost your damn mind. You went temporarily insane and you killed that person, Now, if you kill them both, they usually put you in prison forever.
I know aggravated battery with a firearm carries a very minimal sentence. I know that from experience.
Well,
at least in Louisiana, I don't know about whatever state they're in, but he could. I mean, with the money they got, I'm sure he has top of the line attorneys. You know what I mean? That's how he's probably got a bond. But I don't know. Maybe they can get the charge lowered. Money talks.
yeah, money definitely talks, and like I said, he got money, and not only does he got money, but his friends got are almost billionaires. So Kane will end up getting out of trouble. I know that. He won't, if he does anything, he'll probably get time served because he sat in jail for about a year before he even got a bond. So,
Oh, yeah.
So he'll end up getting time served, a bunch of probation, community service because he's a former champion. He's high profile in the jail and prison system because of who he is. I think he'll end up walking. It ain't like he has a real long criminal rap sheet other than shooting this guy.
Did he report it to the police or did he just go after him?
He just went after him. He got in his damn car, got a gun, went and stalked the guy down, followed him, chased him, shot him. Tried to shoot him anyway. Shot at him multiple times, but only hit the driver one time in the shoulder or something like that.
That's crazy. Well, I re-emailed you that picture and it says sent, so you should have it now. And it's from a Stonegator account, so you should see it.
All right.
But yeah, I wanted to tell you about the other Idaho case because that's crazy. Idaho, yeah, don't want to go there.
All right. Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, I mean, like the whole situation, like in a case like that, we know it's wrong, but what can you blame the man? Dolly.
Dolly.
Hey, what's going on?
It's Jamie from Indiana.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, I wanted to say speculation, but I think there's rumor around town that Keegan Kline and Richard Allen didn't know each other, but they were connected through the sicko ring, if you know what I mean.
That's what I'm thinking is some dark net shit. Somehow they're connected. Yeah. And how could Richard Allen just know them girls were going to be out there?
Right. That's where, I live right here. So that was, and through Keegan's dad. See, Keegan Kline, his dad.
His dad's a weirdo too.
Yes. because in a lot of his interviews, it was like, well, are you the only one that had access to the phone? And you know that him and his dad took a trip
to Vegas.
Just after all this.
Yeah, so they went to Vegas. His dad is a creepy ass dude. I think his dad is a creepo. I think he's a creepo.
Dad's the leader. I think it's more his dad than it is Keegan.
I do too.
I think Keegan is more of an ego thing when he pretends to be somebody else.
Yeah, and we know that Keegan was talking to Abby and Libby, but so that means Richard Allen never talked to him.
But you know that they say that Keegan says that the cops tell him he was the last to talk to him. But he's trying to say that he didn't remember talking to him, and that's when they asked him.
Well, he said he did, then he said he didn't.
Access? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he kind of agreed with the cops, too, like, oh, yeah, I must have. You know?
Right.
That does sound a little bit. It does sound a little bit like they walked him through what they wanted him to say.
Right.
You know? And basically that would be
leading into a admittance or whatever you want to
call
it.
A fake confession.
Right. But
you know what I'm saying?
I think that's how, in my eyes, that's how Richard knew they were there.
Or is there just serial killers lurking in the woods? That's why you shouldn't be alone in the
but
fucking
you gotta
woods.
Think, it's not the woods though. You know what I mean? It's not frequented, like people don't hang out there like all day every day on the regular, but it is like a walking.
Yeah.
You came to Delphi, didn't you?
No, I didn't go to Delphi. I was going to end up.
Oh, no,
I was going to go to Delphi.
Popped off with Leilani.
Yeah, then I ended up going to Georgia and everywhere else. But yeah, I didn't make it to. I've always wanted to go to Delphi to walk that bridge for some reason. I'm going to.
Kind of like people, like kids. You know, like when we were teenagers, everyone hung out here. Everyone hung out there.
There,
it was like a hangout.
That was a scary spot. That was a scary fucking spot for kids to be hanging out at, though.
I wouldn't walk it.
I wouldn't walk it either. There's no rails and no nothing, and you're like, I'm sure people fell off that damn bridge.
But it is like a, you know what I mean? And they said like all the paperwork that got released that he confessed to his wife 4 or 5 times. You know what I'm saying? But through word of mouth and through a pretty close source to his wife's family, she found an article of clothing that she believed to be the girls' a few years after, and he played it off like it wasn't. You know what I mean? Because he has a daughter that's
so there. I'm sure he got rid of that too by now.
But you can't convince me that being married to somebody, even not married, being in relations with somebody that you didn't know that was him on that video. I don't care what she says.
That she didn't know it was him on the video?
She says she didn't. She didn't. There's
well,
no way you can.
It is hard to tell who that is on the video. I mean, it's hard to tell. I mean, it does resemble him, but it's not. Like, you can't go, that's a dead man.
You record videos
plus
of him.
The voice.
You hear him talking. Yes.
Girls down the hill.
And that is all you've seen for a year. We're talking like billboards. They had like the big like light up signs that construction people put out, you know, like lane ending. They had signs with that of the picture. I mean, there's no way you could not see it. My
thing was, how did he kill both girls without one running? You know, and because I thought he shot them. They were scared.
They were so loyal and yes, and one was afraid to leave the other, I do believe.
Yeah, and I thought he always shot them, but you know, now we found out that they were stabbed. They didn't say exactly.
He's one was nearly decapitated.
Well, yeah, they said that the cause of death was from something sharp object.
But they thought there was, I don't remember which one, so I'm not going to say because I don't want to change their name. But one of them actually had the date of death of the next day. They actually took her to the hospital.
Say what now?
They thought she saw life when they got there. Like her date of death, the date of deaths are 2 different days. One's the 13th and one's the 14th.
I've never heard that.
Yes, sir.
So they rushed one of them to the hospital and she died at the hospital?
No. They thought that they was going to be able to get her back, but they wasn't. Does that make sense? She wasn't alive, but they didn't think she was fully gone. You know what I mean? I know it's a lot to take in. From what I heard, I don't remember if it was Abigail. I'll have to look. I'll have to go back and talk to a couple people. But
And remember
They
how
thought
much they
there was a
blamed the
chance she was
dude
gonna
that owned the property? What was his name?
Ron.
Ron, yeah. He was a weird dude too, but he had nothing to do with it.
I think he's connected in with Keegan Klein. That's what I'm saying. This gets really.
So
really
you think
deep,
it's just
you know
a
what I mean?
whole ring and they led them people there and they're all
Yes,
working together?
uh,
Because I always just
in
thought
my
Ron
opinion,
was
yes.
out driving around and he had a suspended license is the reason he lied. I just think he didn't want to admit that he was driving when he wasn't supposed to be driving.
I don't think that he was part of like the whole brutality of the murder and placing him there or none of that. But I think that's how they knew where to, you know what I mean?
To take them where they would be, nobody would
Yes.
hear it.
Absolutely.
Because at that type of death, they had to be screaming. Trigger warning, guys. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like,
Yes.
boom, you're done, like he was shot. These girls are literally being stabbed. And like you said, one of them was, might have
Yes.
been
And
partially.
it's so hard because, and they said that they found her phone under her body.
Yeah.
Because, like 2 years ago, they said that the phone was found under the, like she had recorded it and tossed it. That's what we had thought. That's why
Yeah,
they're
they're releasing a lot more than we knew. I've learned more in the last few days about what happened than in the whole 5 years leading
That's
up
why
to it.
I sent you that screenshot as soon as, like, I got a notification on my phone before they ever released, like, they were getting ready to play it on our news, our local news.
Uh-huh.
So I got, like, a notification on my phone, and I was like, I went on there and I waited. It took me like 30 seconds, and then I screenshot it as soon as they posted it and sent it to you.
Yeah.
And then, like, an hour later, people started popping up with it.
They're going to have to make the connection somehow. You know what I'm saying?
My best friend's in prison with him.
With Richard Allen?
Yeah, they sent him he's not in county jail. They sent him to prison for his safety.
Yeah, I heard that he's actually in the prison.
Oh, and he said that it's worse than him just eating paper. Like, he was going into, like, a whole, pretty much, like, you're not going to tell me what to do, I'm going to do what I want type stuff, if that makes sense.
Well, he can eat all the paper he wants. You can feed him a whole fucking notebook for all I care. Just don't never let him out of prison.
So I told him to get some information. He's going to call me on tomorrow evening, so I'm going to talk to him and see.
And even if they don't tie Keegan to this, he's never getting out of prison either.
Mm-mm.
But you know who they don't got? They don't got his dad.
And see, but Keegan won't talk about Richard Allen. He goes he went on a couple interviews and said that, he doesn't know him and this, that in the beginning, to where now I can't talk about him.
Yeah. I don't know. But that just saves.
It's a crazy case.
Yeah, because if they tie them together, then they're going to charge Keegan with the murder also.
But did he really do it by himself? Well, I mean, just keep.
I doubt he did it by. I just don't see how he could have did it by himself unless he's just a killer and Keegan unknowingly catfished these girls out to somewhere and he wasn't really going to meet them. He just wanted to talk to them and maybe he was doing inappropriate things while he was doing that, and it just happened to be a killer out there.
But see, they came to their demise pretty shortly after they got, so it wasn't.
Yeah, like he knew when they were going to be there.
The next day, but they were pretty much trigger. They weren't alive.
It was Valentine's Day, right? It was Valentine's.
It was the 13th. It was my birthday, actually. February 13th is when they went missing.
Yeah. 14th
is when they found them.
Yeah, okay. I knew it was Valentine's Day. I was like, okay.
And it was very disturbing. I've talked to the people, because like I said, it's local to me. And the two guys and the girl that actually walked up and seen them, they'll be scarred for life.
I bet.
I mean, if it was me, I would be, but like, and they're younger. Like, I mean, I'm 38, and they're like 4 or 5 years younger than me. So imagine like six years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would have to be a horrific scene, something you would never forget.
Right.
So I've seen some pretty brutal stuff that,
and one of the girls,
I'll never forget.
They were originally together, and one of the girls that's why they thought because she had left this, like, there was indications that she had crawled away, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I would never in my life want to find that. Much as I go hunting for a little kid, I think it would crush me so bad inside to find one. You know what I'm saying?
To me, it'd be different to find bones than it would to be to find, like,
a body.
Mutilated,
yeah, mutilated body would.
Or if I was to even find like a purse or their clothes or like evidence, which would be bad enough, but to find like a pretty freshly deceased, no.
Yeah, that would be horrible. That would be You know, much as it needs to be done for the family, it'd be you got to live. The person that finds it has got to live with that forever. You know that.
But he lived his life, Dolly, like it was just no. Just like you walk in to see, literally, you walk in. And,
I heard that he actually printed up some pictures or something.
I'm the one that told you that. Yes.
Yeah.
And with a smile on his face, handed him the thing and said it's free of charge. You know, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and printed the pictures for him.
Yes.
Tell me,
just days later, like it's nothing.
Yeah, the killer's right there in front of you. That didn't keep. Man, you know, you did that to my kids. They better hope they put you in the biggest bulletproof vest, and they never let you.
But they said that it's somebody right here that we've already talked to, and we know you're here, and we, you know what I mean. It was just, I think it was the tying them to it, but. I don't know, man. See, that's why I would love.
What though do they got on this man?
Like that.
Do you know if they got anything other than that jailhouse confession? Because that's basically what that is a jailhouse confession.
They have the bullet, which I mean, they can't always. The gun was at his house. His wife has told them that there was. I don't know if they have them or what happened to them, but there was an article of clothing that belonged to the.
If they haven't been shot, they haven't been shot. Neither one of the girls were shot.
Right.
Okay, did they have the knife? They didn't even say a knife. They said a sharp object.
It was a knife. It was not like a regular knife. It was more like a, what do they call them?
K-bar.
Right? No, it was a
Ginsu? I don't know many knife things.
Was it a machete? I'll find out more stuff.
Oh my God!
Tonight and tomorrow.
But then again, we see him walking. He didn't have a machete on him.
That's what I was thinking too. So I don't think it was a machete.
Yeah, he would have had a machete. That's big as hell. We would have seen that when he was walking up. But we don't know what he had in his jacket because he had his hands in the pocket of the jacket.
But she didn't. I'm thinking if she would have found clothing that onto the girls, wouldn't she have found like? I don't.
Somebody says he got a tablet. Somebody said he got a tablet in prison.
Yeah, but he doesn't. They all do.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that's too good. I don't think I can get you in prison for doing something that don't involve killing people, and you got a tablet. But if you done killed somebody in there, you shouldn't be living no good fucking life. You shouldn't have cable TV, and you should be in a damn cell under the prison.
Right. Exactly. Well, he's not doing good. He's in, like I said, my best friend is in there. He actually got 38 years. But
I mean, we treat minor criminals the same way we treat murderers in this country. There got to be some change to that.
That's what I was just telling you. My best friend, granted, he shouldn't have been doing drugs, but he got methamphetamine charges, and they gave him 38 years. And there's people in there for harming kids and older people and the whole nine, like neglecting their kids where they die. Yeah, half that, 15 years.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't think it's okay to do drugs by no means, but I've not battled that, thank God. But at the same time, I don't know, it's crazy. But he's gonna try and give me a video. Because they have, like I said, they have tablets. They can send video messages. So.
Yeah, he shouldn't have anything kind of communications because internet communications is what got these little girls killed.
He broke his tablet. He won't speak. Richard isn't communicating with the outside world. He actually broke.
That's what I heard. That he hasn't called anybody since he confessed to his wife. Not one person.
I didn't know that until I found the.
Not a lawyer. Not nobody.
Right. So Travis is going to try and get a video of him in there, and if like his behavior, and if he does, I'll send it to you. But he said it's kind of a bit hard because they do have him locked down like Fort Knox.
I bet they do.
Like the inmates.
He's high profile right now.
The guards don't like him either. They don't want him there.
Would you want him there?
No, I mean, it's a national case, let alone
he's a baby killer too. Them girls were babies.
Innocent babies.
They wasn't little tiny infants, but they babies. I mean, you're a baby killer. He's a baby
13
killer.
Years old.
We can't look at him like he killed 2 grown-ass women.
No.
You killed 2 babies. So you should be treated like a baby killer in the prison. Get him.
That had no clue. And for sexual motivation. That's on top of it.
Yeah, and they ain't really said, but I believe that he,
I don't know the answer to that. And I've wondered, and I don't even know if it came out or if it has. I've just kind of blocked it out and don't remember. But it's crazy because why else would you? I don't know. I mean, there is no reason, but if you're connected to somebody that just got busted for a pedo ring, I mean,
yeah,
you're a sicko. You know what I mean?
Well, if you get some video, definitely send it to me.
I will. I mean, I'll talk to him tomorrow night.
Well,
he'll call me.
I think right now they're going to treat him super high profile because, you know, it's a national case. He's on the news. They're going to keep him safe. But once he's sentenced, all that attention, extra attention shit goes out the window, and then he'll be in that prison on his own.
He'll unalive himself. He's already tried.
Well, I think, you know, the eating the paper, I think he's putting on a
That's
show right now. It's a show.
To try and act like nothing was wrong with your mental capacity when you went about your life.
You can make yourself crazy, though. You can make yourself
right.
crazy. You stop eating, stop sleeping, you will start to act crazy. You'll start to hallucinate and all kinds of things. And
remember, I live in a zoo, so I don't eat.
There's a difference with being, was you crazy when you came in here, or are you crazy now? Because you're trying to make yourself crazy, bro. You're eating paper.
Yes, and he's trying to unalive himself so that he doesn't have to face all this.
Oh, he's facing it. He ain't. If he was going to do that, he'd have done did it. He's a coward.
They have him locked down like Fort Knox.
He's a coward. He's a baby killer, like most baby killers are cowards.
That's what you've seen. He's lost like 80 pounds.
I hope he loses every pound in his body. I hope he walks into court a damn rib cage. Is what I hope.
Travis said because they can't keep him there forever. Because once he gets sentenced, he'll go into Gen Pop and it's done.
I hope everybody takes his cornbread for the next 20 years.
Yeah,
okay?
You don't want to eat.
He should be the skinniest dude in the prison.
Dollar, they're going to take more than his cornbread, honey.
Oh, I know. He got it coming. I know he got it coming. They don't even like that shit in the jails. You imagine in the prisons. No, he said
the inmates go by and they'll throw piss on him and stuff like that.
Yeah, because he's trapped in a cell and can't go nowhere. He's in one of them small ass Bammer cells.
Oh yeah, and they want. I mean, they're in there for breaking the law too, but just because they're criminals, they still care about kids and other kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're missing their kids. They're not in there for hurting kids.
Yeah.
They're in there for doing other shit. Stealing, selling drugs, robbing people. Not for hurting kids.
And hating their life now because they can't see their wife and kids.
Yeah. And then you done hurt your kid. That's why they're so dangerous in there. I was locked up for some little petty shit, but I can tell you now, there was a dude in there for hurting a kid. And on every jail tray in the whole jail, it had his name and where he was locked up at. And it was like, it would be like on site. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that was to tell everybody in the jail, hey, you see this dude? He is the enemy to kids. And they let everybody in the jail know.
So close. Now they do Cash App. You know
I still remember the guy's name because it was on every jail tray in the jail.
Right. And see, he can call me and be like, hey, can you Cash App so-and-so this money so I can get this or whatever, so you want me to Cash App his girlfriend money so he'll give you. It's not like they're not trading commissary anymore. They're they got the tablets now, so they can just send you an email like, hey, my mom needs this. Can you Cash App? And that's code name for, send so-and-so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's so local. This case has went so far. Granted, their families are really, they're good people. But at the same time, it's like, bro, I got you. I'll Cash App you, $300 every week if you get this guy type shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can get a message in and out of there pretty easily. I agree with that. Yeah, and it don't take much for the outside to reach inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, yep. I know that.
And you can video. I mean, it
ain't but a couple phone calls. You know what I'm saying? A couple exchanging of monies. And it
was easy back then. Now it's just became easier.
Yeah, because they got Cash App and credit cards and shit.
Yeah, when COVID happened, they lifted a lot of little restrictions. You know what I mean? Especially, I know here they did. For the work release people, they can't go out to work because when COVID shut down, for instance. So they let them go out and have smoke breaks, you know what I mean? Because they're in work release. They're not technically confined. They're used to going to work. Well, now they can't. So we're going to let you go outside for a little, you know what I mean? Little things.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But he's done for sure once he gets sentenced. And I want to see him rot in there. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm more of an execute people kind of person. I don't like to watch people rot. I like to see them fry. That is my thing. I think we bring back fully elected chair every state. You kill kids, we can prove you did it without a shadow of a doubt. We strapping your ass in, and we pulling the switch on you in 5 years. That's what I say. It shouldn't take 20 years. It shouldn't take 15 years. Look, we'll give you a appeal. We'll bring it back to court. 5 years, your ass is getting strapped down.
Yeah, but when you're on death row, they just don't. You get treated so, like, you can have a steak dinner and watch, the new season of American Idol. Like, I don't think that's. I think put you in general population to where you're miserable every day and they're whooping on you and they're taking your food and you're eating. You know what I mean?
Or unless you get in there,
to me, that would be more.
Unless you get in there and become a boss, you the dude in there whipping on everybody and taking everybody's food. You get that, and
I mean,
you put a killer
true.
in there with somebody that ain't a killer. You got different mindsets. You thinking, hey, I'll go whip this dude's ass. He's thinking, I'll shank
and
you in the
doesn't matter
neck.
how big you are.
Yeah,
it's your mentality.
It's your mind. That's what makes you dangerous. Yeah. It ain't your bigness, because a little person can kill you just as quick as a big person can. If they want to.
I can beat up somebody with my mouth and I don't even got to touch them. Like,
there you go. So yeah, if you have a different mentality than somebody, if you have the killer mindset, and another dude like, oh yeah, we can fight. Well, this dude might not want to fight. He might want to stab you in the neck. You know what I'm saying? So there's different people, and you get around them people. Sometimes you might not want to mess with a killer. Would you want to sleep in a cell with that dude?
No way.
Hell no, I would never be able to sleep.
If they
I'd be
don't
like,
have nothing to live for. If you know you're not getting out.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep.
Mean,
You lock me in a cell with that dude.
I'm not saying nothing bad, but
I would break the Guinness Book of World
like,
Records for staying up the longest. I'd never sleep.
Right.
You would think Freddy Krueger was in the cell with me.
I think that's why Richard Allen originally didn't want to sleep, because he was afraid he'd get beat up. You know,
yeah.
But they're trying to say, oh well, it's his mental. Well, I mean, you put me in a cell, and I mean, I've not even done nothing like that, but I'm not fit for institutional. Like, I go crazy too.
Yeah, solitary would make you crazy anyway.
Right. He was not crazy when he did it. He went to work. He called off one day, went to work the very next day, helped in the search, passed out flyers. He was not out of his mind. He was very mentally stable.
Yeah. I think so too. He's trying to make himself crazy so he can be like, I don't know if that's going to work. But I hope they got more evidence than just that phone call is my biggest concern.
I've only talked to a couple people since it all broke. I haven't talked to them since the new documents were released, because they wouldn't talk. A lot of them close to the case wouldn't talk about it.
Yeah.
So just because they want justice, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I follow.
But now that he's locked up, I'll be going up there this weekend and I'll talk to him. But if you guys do end up coming down, if you and PJ come down and you do drive, I'm not too far, but I'm kind of far from you. But if you guys do drive the camera, I got a spot, you can park it.
Oh, all right, that's what's up. All right, well, you be good. Take it easy.
All right, Don. You too. Bye.
All right, peace. All right, guys, I got time for maybe one more call, and then I got to get out here. If y'all haven't, make sure y'all like the video. If you ain't joined up, join up. Become a member. Keep Dolly alive. I'm getting skinny, okay? I'm down like 4 pant sizes. I swear. Hit that join button. Keep me and Lolo alive, okay? Dolly got to eat. Dolly got to eat. Dolly. Hello.
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 Oh, I didn't think I would get in.
You did it. You made it.
Hey, this is Teresa from Winona, Minnesota.
Hey, Teresa.
Yeah, I'm just asking everybody to keep Madeline Kingsbury in their thoughts.
Okay.
The dude is still, Adam, whatever his name is still in the Winona County Jail, and we're all being very polite and trying not to go outside and taunt him, but it's he's probably kind of miserable in there. Speaking of making people miserable in jail, I have some friends who relapsed. There's some pretty bad, as far as, mood altering substances that are, disgusting and whatever. And I haven't talked to them, but the word on the Winona streets is that he wasn't very happy in there. Yeah, it's a very small jail.
I bet. Jail. It's a dangerous place, especially, you do a certain crime and you get locked up, you better hope them guards keep you safe.
Yeah. One of the people I think that's still in. I don't think he got out yet. It was my friend who relapsed, and I went to high school with him, and if he's with him, he basically, a lot of the people who are in our jail are in for drugs. So they've got people like detoxing in there. They've got people picking at their skin. I mean, you wouldn't think. It's kind of a small, well, not anymore, but just keep her in your prayers and her
Definitely.
children. And, if anybody feels like they want to donate to this, just go to the Facebook page, Madeline Kingsbury Facebook page, and get the official place to donate. All the money goes to her kids. I've been following true crime in the Summer Wells case since right before Summer went missing. And, I have people say in the chat, like, you got to take a break. I had to take a break for a while. I just knew that Dawn and Candace and Grant and, I just knew this was all going to happen again. Like, I was like, oh, yeah, they're going to totally relapse. They're going to go on. They're going to dry bag. They're going to do all this. And sure as hell they did, didn't they?
And well, now he's been ordered back. He's been ordered back by his probation officer. We found out that is true. He has to come back to take a piss test. So
that is true.
Yeah, so he will be back. And I don't know if he's violated his probation or what, but I just know this. People are sending all these clips of him drunk and all effed up to his PO, because he got a lot of enemies, Don does, because there's a lot of people that believe Don and Candace are responsible for this, and they're probably pounding that PO with phone calls. You know how the internet is. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Yeah, I personally believe that I have a couple of theories about what happened. I'm kind of torn between the two that I have, and I think that they definitely know where she is. I don't think that, like, people are like, at first I was like, oh, Candace is like playing Dawn. But now I think that they both have known the whole time. Maybe she's hiding a little bit, but I mean, it's been this long, and they're just both so stupid. Like, they're not smart enough.
They're masterminds. What are you talking about, girl? They're masterminds.
They're so stupid. I just cannot believe.
Criminal masterminds.
I'm trying to give the TBI like some credit, and I do realize, like, with Madeline, like, when she was missing, they had all kinds of information. Of course they weren't going to give it, And then when we had the press conference, they gave us a little bit more. Then friends came and gave us a bit more. And then we all found out there was domestic abuse, and like, it all made sense. And I realized they keep it close to their vest, and I understand that, which kind of makes me think that, they do. I'm hoping that TBI has a lot, and they're just compiling it, or, maybe, Don really does have ties, and, he's telling the truth about how he was around kids who, had all kinds of things done to him, and then he just kind of stood by and did his drugs probably well.
Yeah, and didn't report nothing. He's just as bad as the problem. If you don't say nothing, you part of the problem. If you were sitting there, if you walked in the house and you seen kids were being exploited and you didn't say nothing, you just might as well exploit them kids yourself.
Dolly, what do you think about Jose? Did you think back then anything about it? Do you think that he killed himself over that one particular
he
thing?
died because of drugs in a home, in a park, in a tent.
Oh, okay. Okay, I don't remember. I didn't remember.
Yeah, Jose passed away.
They're bringing Jose up a lot.
Yeah, he was in California when he passed away. He was in a homeless. Well, he wasn't in a homeless place, but he was in a park where a lot of homeless live, and he was in a tent, and he had passed away for drugs. He was battling some drug addictions. He had been battling them drug addictions.
Oh,
So Jose,
Yeah,
you know,
he sounded like it.
he kind of painted himself out to be a hero in the Summerwell stuff. Well, I did this, but really, actuality, you just some other weirdo druggie that was there too. Rest in peace, Jose. I hate to say that, but you know, in
Yeah.
honesty, you just
Yeah.
another weird character in this saga.
Yeah.
But look, hey, I gotta get ready to do this giveaway. I appreciate you calling
Yeah,
in.
thanks. Yes, thank you.
All right, peace.
Bye, peace.
All right, guys, this is how we're going to do the giveaway. On this little piece of paper I have in my hand, I have written a number. Okay, don't start putting numbers in the chat yet. Okay, let me talk for a second before y'all start doing that. I'm going to explain something. The chat's going to move fast. The first time I see the number, that don't mean it's the first time the number's posted. The first time my little beady eyeballs see the number, I'm going to call it out. Okay? And I don't want to hear a bunch of I said the number first. It's the first time I see it because the chat is going to be moving fast. All right? I don't have slow-mo on it. I don't have any of that stuff on it. And this is a good giveaway for my members. Now, right now, ask yourself, did you share my video on Facebook? All right? Because before I send you this, I'm going to check your Facebook to see if you shared my video. Okay? So I'm going to give you guys a minute to hit the share button. Share the video, especially if you're a member here. Okay? If you're a member, because this is only a member can win because it's on members only in the chat. You've got to be in the chat to win. Okay? So this is for the members. So make sure you share the video, guys. That's help. If you're a member here, help the channel grow. And a great way to help it grow is to share the video. It don't cost you anything. It's absolutely free. You know what I'm saying? You just share my ugly face on any social media platform you choose, kind of thing, right? Like the old days. That's what I used to say in the old days, right? But I got to constantly remind you guys. But look, what I'm giving away is a bath set with the lotion, the body wash, the soap, the scent roller, okay? And if you win, you've got to email me bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. That is my email for anything business. Be like, Dolly, I won the bath set, and give me the date, which today is the 30th, okay? Because I'm going to start doing things like this more for my members, so that's just one of the perks. You get you something free, okay? For being a member here at Dolly. So right now, y'all shared, you guys rock, okay? If you shared this video, pick a number between 1 and 100, okay? 1 and 100. And the first time I see it, that person will win a bath set. Go. It's moving so fast. Hold, I might have to slow it down. Because it's moving too fast for me to even read. Okay, wait. Wait, we got to come up with, we got to slow the chat down. There's no, I can't, it's moving so fast I can't even read them, guys. Okay? How am I going to pick the winner if I can't even see the shit? Okay, now it's slowing down a little bit. Slow y'all's chats down so I can see it. Okay. There we go. Now I can see it a little bit. That's a good speed. That's a good speed. Right there. Only simp. Only simp. Okay? Only simp. The number was 36. Okay? I don't know if y'all can see that. Only simp was the first time I seen it. Okay? Hit me up. Best soap in the game @gmail.com. And congratulations. You won. It was that easy. Okay? So the number was 36. I didn't catch the first part of your name because everything was moving so fast. I know the last part was only simp. Okay, I got you right there. Woohoo, I never win anything. LOL. Well, today, you just won. Okay? Today, you just won. All you got to do is shoot out your address, and PJ will ship that out to you. So if you send that email over there, PJ will get it. So make sure you include today's date, what you won, the little bath set from Dolly at the end. Let her know so we know what to send you. Okay? And we'll get that out to you. We got a few things we need to get out before that. So give me a little bit of time, but I'm going to get that out to you. Thanks for supporting Dolly. You guys absolutely rock. Look, and all you got to do, if you know, the support is hit the like, share us every now and then, come hang out, you know, especially if you're into true crime, you know. I'm trying to stay away from a lot of that drama shit and stick to my true crime, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the old days. Next time I go live, I will have it fixed to where when y'all super chat, it pops up on the screen. When you become a member, it pops up on the screen. I don't know why it's not doing it today. That's why I came over here to this setup. But I'll get all that stuff fixed. I'll see you guys later tonight. I'll be back with some more shit to talk about later tonight. So I want to see some of you guys here. I'm going to get all your orders out. Most of them went out yesterday. So I shipped out a lot of stuff yesterday. I'll probably get some more stuff shipped out tonight. So if you're waiting on an order, you won't have to wait long. All right. Check out my merch. BuyDollySoap.com. You can save 50% with promo code F to haters. Okay. One word, all capital. I'll see y'all later. Peace.